31st, which means tomorrow starts Finish It February. There are several knitting podcasts or weaving or sewing, crocheting that do Finish It February. Some of them will host things on Ravelry or Instagram, and it is just a time where you pull out all your active whips, evaluate, and determine, do you want to frog and completely scrap that whole thing? Do you need to make some mending? Do you need to swatch a different, a portion of something, whatever's been holding you up? Evaluate it, determine what you want to do, and uh, go forth. I generally like to use Roxanne Richardson's Finish It February. I've really always liked hers. She's just encouraging in terms of, you are a master of your own knitting. Don't feel pressured one way or the other to either produce or not produce or not consume yarn. If you need to buy yarn to finish a project, then you need to buy yarn to finish a project, which one of mine is. So I've got 8 whips, my Taming Tension, and then I have to do a little bit of work on my pattern design. So I figured I would go over what I am working on right now. This is a basic sock using Woolens and Nosh. I cranked it on my knitting machine. I knit the toe. I'm working on the second toe. And then what I will generally do is I do an afterthought heel. I'll pick a spot and I knit from the cuff. And I just use up what I need. And then I will, let's say, cuff it. We'll start here. I'll rip down, do some 2x2 ribbing, or 1x1, do a folded hem, and they're done. So I generally always have a sock project going. They're very mobile. And it is Saturday, so my kiddos are home, and if they make noise, I'm sorry. I have, they're 8. I can't control that. I almost dropped that one. I have been working on this, and like, I got really far, and then I didn't like the wrap and turn short rows, so I ripped it all back. But this is a newsboy hat or a driving cap. I've seen them, I've seen Irish farm hat. There's tons of names for them. But it is Enishmore cap. I will link it in the Ravelry in the description, and I'm using Ella Ray. So it is a build cap, and you cast on the bill, split, and then start the body. The next 2 are sock projects that I just have to figure out what I kind of want to do. One of them is coming out of the bag. These are scrappy socks that I cranked on the knitting machine. They are all using different Woolens and Nosh colorway, but you will see they do not line up, and that is just not acceptable for me. So I will have to rip back on this one and add a little bit more kind of this bright green right here, and then finish it. And then I have yarn to do the heel and the cuff in the bag. So I just have to kind of rip back, and I don't want to, but I will. The next one is also a sock project. Ooh. I think this is from the Alaska Wool Company. I can't remember the colorway. I cranked it on the tube or on the circular machine, and when I did that, it had some knots, and so I only got 1 tube, so I have to crank the other one. But my worry is if you kind of look, this has this kind of cool effect of the blue. That was completely unintentional. So I've got to try to replicate that if I can. If not, it's variegated yarn and the socks won't match. Oh well. My next one, this is Flax Worsted by Tin Can Knits. I'm using Ella Ray Classic Wool. I ran out of yarn for this, and ordered more when I started, and so it came in, and I just need to start alternating the skeins so that I don't get any different, because they are a different dye lot. I am doing broken rib on the shoulder to the arm. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it on the side seam, or if I'm going to do kind of maybe like a little bit of a cable or something. I will determine that. I also don't know if I like the brown color. It's also LRA, so um, I figured I'd finish the body, put it on, and see like if I like it. If I don't, I'll rip it out and do blue or gray or green, whatever I think looks best. And I also might do a little bit of a tighter collar because I feel like this will like be too open neck for me. The other one is, you have seen, is the cardigan that I ripped out, and I've decided to go with Indra Maori's Oxbow. I wanted to originally knit her Gib sweater, which is a crew neck, but I want a cardigan, and I wrote on her. You can send her a question, and she'll answer it in her podcast. And I said, how would you recommend, adapting this? And she actually, apparently, the Oxbow cardigan by her is the Gib sweater in a cardigan form. So I love that. On that one, you have to confirm that you're getting the right tension for 2x2 rib. So I am swatching on that. And I need to wash and block after. I need to do a little bit more. Wash and block it, and then make sure that it is meeting the gauge for the actual sweater. So that is really actually all I have on that. And I am using Calborn Woolens Scout Paint. I'm not clearly going to finish all of a sweater or two sweaters in February, but I'm at least addressing what I need to on them. These I don't know that I'll start, but it is an active whip. I had to pull everything out. It is the Celebrate Socks by Gage Dye Works, and it's just some socks with using this cream base, and then you have this little step pyramid pattern throughout, and I ripped it all out. So I am going to, I know swatching for socks is a little bit weird, but I need to swatch a little bit and practice while getting good tension on the color work. My next item, and this is something I am going to have to work on because I have 2 months, and I ripped it all out. I started a cowl for my kiddo's school auction, but this is Malabrigo Susuro, and it has silk and linen in it, which are very stiff, and usually once they relax, they look nice and they give that drapage. But I was in looking at the stitch pattern, I felt like when I wash and block it, it will actually lose some of the stitch definition by how it relaxes. So I'm changing to either the Swimming Salmon cowl or the Song of the Sea cowl. I've knit both of them, and yes, this is really casting on a new project. But I did start it and swatch it before, and I am on a deadline. My next item is the Taming Tension course. I sent in lesson 2, and I got the packet for lesson 3. It is all focused on getting even tension on stitch patterns. So the first one is seed stitch. Are you getting even tension? And there's other ones that you kind of do, and I'll send that in. Hopefully, I do want to actually finish that one in February because it's not that many swatches. I figured if I kind of do a swatch every other day, I could have it done in a week and a half and mail it off and just be done. The last thing that I need to do, I reached out to a tech editor about my pattern, and I expressed my, not concerns, but my worries, concerns, for how I'm trying to articulate the crown decreases. And I have the pattern itself mapped out in Pattern Genius, but I don't know how to map the decreases in the manner that I want to articulate it. So she recommended that I send her what I have, and I'm going to record a video of me doing the crown decreases so that she sees what I am actually trying to articulate in the written pattern. For that, I do have to cast on a new one, but again, finish it February, master of mine. My goal is to get within February, get my pattern over to a tech editor so I could publish it. Um, so that means that I have to cast on a new project in terms of filming the pattern and filming the crown decreases. And then I think after that, I will not get all of these done by February, but I have collective goals. Some of it is I just need to swatch and determine what changes I need to do to make them successful in the next few, when I decide to cast them on. You know, the two sock patterns that I cranked and then the Celebrate, I've just got to kind of figure that part out. I've done plenty of color work, but I've never done it in such a small diameter. That's the challenge for me right now. So I've just got to figure that out. I tried a 9-inch circumference needle. That will not happen. And I generally use 2 double points for socks, and I might need to do a little bit of magic loop or traveling loop. I will not be doing double points. I can't do that. I tried. It's too fiddly. But I am excited for Finish It February. I also usually try to do any mending that I have to do. I have one sock that I need to mend. And that'll be easy. I will, can do it in an afternoon. And then from there, I'm hoping to kind of have several of these things kind of finished up, and I can move on to, I have plans to knit something for the state fair because it is the 60th. I can't remember. It's one of the big numbers anniversary, and I wanted to knit something for that. I think it would be fun to enter it, and I don't know yet what I'm going to do. So let me know in the comments below, what are you planning to do for Finish It February? Do you follow anyone on Instagram or Ravelry or YouTube for Finish It February? And if you wouldn't mind giving this video a like and a share, share with your knitting friends if you find it interesting. It helps the channel grow and me reach more people. So I appreciate everyone taking the time to listen to me babble and stumble, and my kids make noise. It's Saturday, so they are busy and up and playing with something. So thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful end of January and a great February.